Hi, I'm Mike Ladisa with Croc Music, and today I'm going to be teaching you to play the tune Away in a Manger. Now, if you're a beginner piano student, this lesson is going to be perfect for you. We're looking at the tune Away in a Manger out of Bastian's Favorite Melodies the World Over, Level 1. It's arranged by Jane Smyser Bastian. You can get this at really anywhere music is sold. Couple reasons why you should start with this lesson if you're a beginner. One, this piece has a lot of stepwise motion. Now this is generally the easiest type of material to learn. What stepwise motion is that you're playing the note that's right next to the previous note. For example, in the opening here, okay, there are no leaps in that melody at all. There's, I think, one repeated note, maybe two repeated notes. But this makes the tune very accessible. The other reason why you'd want to start with this piece is that it's rather short. In the world of Christmas carols, this is one of the shorter Christmas carols. And so there's a lot of recycled material. There's a total of 4 phrases or 4 lines. And the first line and the third line are identical, all right? And then the second line and the fourth line are different. But basically, you have 50% of the material, right, that is redundant. And so that makes it great for a beginner. So we want you to get started. If you want to learn the piano at Croc Center Chicago, we want you to learn as well. And so this is for you to get started on your journey. Let's jump right in. The opening, as we said, starts on the D. This is the 4th line of the staff. And it's going to walk down. Now, you want to try to play it as you would sing it, all right? So, all right? Just like I would not want to take a breath in there if I was singing it, I also don't want to have a break. That would be not as much of a mature sound. So even if you're a beginner, I want to encourage you to try to really listen critically and make mature sounds. So listen again. Okay? It's smooth. We call that legato. Legato is just the musical term that means connected. I should mention one thing here with the right hand. Is that we're spanning in an octave, right, from D to D. That's a total of 8 notes that we're going to cross through, but you only got 5 fingers there. So you are going to have to change hand position. So let me show you that. The first hand position we start the melody is also a G position with pinky on D and thumb on G. All right. Now, once you get down to your thumb on G, we're going to use that as the pivot to change our hand position. I'm going to now put 4th finger on G. So I'm finishing that phrase out in what looks like a D position. All right? So take a watch of my hand how I do that. Pivot. Okay? That's not the only fingering option available, but I do think it's a really good option for a beginner. There's no crossover, all right? You're just switching from thumb on G to 4th finger on G, and you're using the repeated tone to do that. Now, let's look at the left hand there. You're going to be in a G position in the left hand. What that means is that your 5th finger is going to be on G, all the way up to D with your thumb, okay? And you're going to not move too far out of that range. But we're going to start with the 5th finger and the 3rd finger on the notes G and B, okay? In the second measure, we're going to go up to D, and then we're going to walk down to C in the 3rd measure. We're going to end on B in the 4th measure. Now, each of these is a dotted half note. We're going to get 3 counts, all right? The way it's notated in this book, the last one is actually a half note with a rest, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. In other words, we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. Okay? So it's not very active, this left hand, which makes the tune more accessible. All right, let's put that together. All right, you're doing great. Let's continue. The next line starts on low D, and it's got a pickup note. That just means that the last note of the first line actually begins the phrase of the second line, and it's the word the. All right? Okay, so now we do got some leaps in here, which means you got to be able to visualize the melody a little bit. The first measure is a gesture we call a neighbor note, upper neighbor. All that means is that you're going to start on a note, you're going to go to the note immediately next door, and you're going to come down. So these are the words, the little Lord. The little Lord. All right, up and down. So that's how you can remember that, this up and down shape. All right, in the next measure, we're going to actually outline a chord. All right, that chord we're outlining is a D major chord, but it's not a straight arpeggio. We're not gonna just go. We're actually gonna go from the bottom note to the top note, then to the middle note, and those are the words Jesus lay. All right, so the little Lord Jesus lay. Very good. All right, try that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Very good. All right. Now we're going to continue downward E, and then we're going to outline another chord. Is down his sweet head. All right, so we're outlining this G major chord, and it's in second inversion. If that has meaning for you, great. If it doesn't have meaning for you yet, don't worry about it. You'll learn these things in time. But what you want to do is you want to just try to memorize this shape here, because that's the shape you're going to have to retain. In other words, you don't want to try to remember these notes, D, G, B, like independently or arbitrarily. You want to look at this shape. So we had this shape here, and then we're going to this shape here. And there's a connector note. The connector note is E. So you could actually isolate and practice this D major, E, and then this G major. And then when I put the notes one at a time, you see how I'm doing that? All right, so I'm grouping the notes in bigger units to aid in memory and to help me navigate those leaps. All right? And now in the left hand, we're going to start with this shape. All right? We're going to play with second finger and fifth finger. So this is what's called an extended position or finger extension. In other words, we're not really leaving G position, all right, but we have a note that we have to extend to dip and catch from this position. In other words, our fifth finger is covering both G and F sharp. You just kind of reach down and grab it, all right? So fifth finger and second finger, and you're going to hold this. This by itself is a little bit of a dissonant sound that it should be, but in the context, it works really well. All right, and then that's gonna resolve to G and B. All right, and then we're gonna finish the phrase with a D. All right, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's put that together. I'm gonna count you in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Did you get it? If not, feel free to rewind, jump back, and try it again. All right? Now the third phrase is identical to the first phrase, with the exception of the lyrics are different. Let's take it from the beginning and go that far. All right? 1, 2, 3, 1, play. All right. Great job. Let's look now at the last phrase. We have a large leap here. All right. From D to C. All right. It's a very pretty leap. All right. Draws your attention. And so you're going to go from thumb to 5. And then after that, it's pretty much stepwise, right? You got D, C, B, A, B, A, G, A. Now we got another leap. All right, we're leaping down to E, and then we're gonna walk up. All right, I'll play that phrase for you. Very good. Let's look at the left hand there. You're starting on F sharp, G, C, and then a little, I would call this a major third. A 2-note implies a chord there of G major. You got G and B. Okay? And this particular arrangement puts in a fingering of 1 on the C and 2 and 4 on the G and B. That's one of many options there, but I'll show it to you because that's what's in there. So you got 5, 5th finger, 4th finger, thumb, and then 2 and 4. Let's put that together. Okay. Very good. Let's do the whole song. I'll count you in. I'm going to give you 3 full counts, and then I'm going to give you the 2 counts for the pickup measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If you want to learn more, come see us at Croc Music or check us out online at croccenterchicago.com. I'm Michael Adisa. Hope you're having a blessed Christmas season. We'll see you soon.